Okay, so here's our example of what it should look like when you have done your exercises, okay, on notebook paper neatly. Okay, so our sample tells us that we write the section number, we label the page exercises, we put our name and date, month, day, and year on the paper. That's the first thing that we do. Then we write the page number, we write the instructions for the exercises, we write the problem number, and we circle that problem number so it does not get tangled up in our math. So here's an example of where I've done that. Okay? Look, I have my section number, 1.2. It is labeled exercises. I have my name, Jane Doe. And then the month, the day, and the year, the full date on the paper. Okay? Then I have my page number. It is outside of the margin. And I've written the instructions. Determine the place value of the digit 5 in each whole number. You see, I got those extras. That line of instructions came from right here in the problem set. The instructions, right here, they say determine the place value of the digit 5 in each whole number. Notice, the book says see examples 1 through 3, but I didn't write that in my instructions. You don't have to write that part. Okay? So I wrote the instructions, just the core instructions. I put a period at the end. That's a complete sentence. I wrote my problem number and I circled it. 657. And I'm determining the place value of 5. That's 50. 905. And I'm determining the place value and it's just 5. Okay? So I did that for a few, just like in the sample page. So you can see what that looks like. Each time the problem number is circled so it does not get tangled up in my math. Okay? Then our sample shows us that we're supposed to write the next set of instructions for exercises. So here's the next set of instructions. Write each number in the sentence in words. Okay? The instructions in the book say write each whole number in words. I paraphrased that when I copied, because I'm just writing the instructions. Write each number in the sentence in words. I also could have said write each number in words. Okay? That's okay. I had a false start here. I was using an ink pen, so I scratched it out definitively and I just started over. Okay? Neatly but definitively, I scratched that out. And each time my instructions changed, I skipped a line. Now, you'll be doing these with pencil, so you can erase, but if you don't have an eraser, that's okay. Or if you're doing it in ink pen, so long as you'll scratch it out neatly, you can just keep going. It'll be all right. These are exercises. We do them to get stronger. This is not a calligraphy contest, okay? My instructions changed, so I skipped a line. I wrote the instructions, write the whole number in standard form. Okay? And let's see, this is on page 13. So if I wanted to find that in the book, I go, of course, you guessed it, I go to page 13, okay, where it says write the whole number in standard form. And that's right here. I also could have paraphrased this and just written write each number in standard form. Okay? I did not write the part where it says see examples 8 through 11. And then I did the problems, okay? Each time I circled the problem number. Now I like to be careful. I like to write down the number that I'm going to be writing. So 2001, I wrote it in words, and then I converted it to standard form. If you just write the standard form, that's okay as well. But if you're not careful, you're going to make mistakes, and I'm going to dock those points right on off. So just do whatever it takes for you to be careful. I wrote down the word form. Okay. I used a semicolon here to separate it, and then I wrote it in standard form, just as I was instructed. The instructions said to write the whole number in standard form. In standard form. So each time I did the number in standard form, okay, I wrote it in, I copied it out in words first so that I knew what I was writing. 67,165,000. And then once I've written it in standard form, I can easily check. 67,165,000. 165,000. Correct. Okay? My instructions changed, so I skipped a line. And it says, write each whole number in expanded form. So I wrote the number, semicolon, and then I wrote it in expanded form. I wrote the number that I was given. I copied what I was given. Copying is a valuable skill in and of itself. And then I wrote it in expanded form. Okay? I did that for each one. Here, number 53, I made a mistake. I began writing it in word form. So what did I do? I neatly scratched it out and started again. Okay? If you neatly scratch it out, you don't have to erase it. Okay? If you're using a pencil, you can erase it. But if you're using an ink pen and you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You neatly cross it out and you start again. Okay? Notice, I did not scratch out the problem number. 53 was not scratched out because that's the problem number. And I just rewrote 53. And I did it correctly below. And then number 56. And I'm done. And notice, each time I wrote the page number. Okay? So that is how, that is a full example. Let's make sure we have some lighting. That is a full example of what your papers will look like as you complete the exercises. Each time, you're going to give me the exercises, whether it's the lesson or the exercises. I'm sorry, each time you're going to give me the section number, whether it's the lesson or the exercises. Your name and date must always go on your paper. You're going to write the page number on the outside of the margin. You're going to write down the instructions for the exercises. If the instructions take up 2 lines, that's okay. I was writing with an ink pen, and my instructions took up 2 lines. That's okay. If your instructions take up 3 lines, that's okay. Write your instructions every time. Every time the instructions change, write them. Okay? When you write the problem number, you circle it, and that's what I did. I wrote the problem number, and I circled it each time. Alright, so that's what your homework will be looking like as you go through basic college mathematics with early integers. Assalamu alaikum.